Before we speak at length, I believe a change of surrounds is in order. I have more than ill tidings to share, you see. I sensed others arriving not long ago. Though my communications with Heidelin have grown infrequent, I have learned through enough from her to know these are your comrades. And as luck would have it, they have already reached my abode. Come, let us join them. Anyone else losing their mind? Anyone else just ready to lose it? Yes, they are indeed the three I sensed. Oh. Dare I ask what happened before we arrived? Well, you won't believe it, the incred. May we presume this being is a native of the moon? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my goodness. Thank goodness you are unharmed. We did what we could to subdue the tempered before making our way here. Not without casualties, unfortunately. Some few detonated explosives, killing themselves and others. The contingent's healers had their hands full tending to the injured and enthralled when we took our leave. Lest you wonder, Mrs. Krall hath also been delivered unto their care. Serving as a conduit for Heidelin's power hath taken its toll, but she will recover in due course. As for Alvino and Alice, they insisted on remaining in Garlemald while we three rushed to your aid. It appears, however, that matters here have already come to a conclusion. But what manner of conclusion, if I might ask? And is this the ally whom Heidelin bade you seek out? He is not unlike the shades of Amarat. Not unlike, perhaps, but not the same. I was created by Heidelin, together with this place. It has ever been my duty to keep vigil over Zodiark, or rather, it was my duty. Oh, hey guys, I just kind of killed Zodiark. Not a big deal or anything, but I just thought I'd let you know. Kind of funny, right? So how was your day? Then Zodiark is no more. And not without consequence, I am afraid, for now the delicate weave of the star, preserved by his presence, will begin to unravel. If you mean to avert the final days you shall have need of. Are you all right? My attempts to foresaw Zodiark's release have all but exhausted my strength. If you might allow me to rest a short while, I will share with you all I can. Please do. You need not exert yourself on our account. These crystals contain records of your time here, yes? May we peruse them while we wait? By all means. If you would review them chronologically, might I suggest beginning with those on the upper floor? I shall leave that to you, Mana, while I see what can be gleaned from the crystals on these lower levels. I'm not even halfway done with Endwalker. I don't know what's gonna happen. I hope Xenos possesses Heidelin. It would be really funny. Zodiark defeated. While he may have been in incomplete state, that's nevertheless an impressive defeat. But even if you hadn't, his demise was inevitable. Fandania would have seen it to it one way or another. That said, he probably would have wielded Zodiark's power to wreak untold destruction before taking his own life, making this the better of two unfavorable outcomes, I guess. Dost thou suppose our host hath maintained his solitary vigil since the very beginning without rest or relief? If so, these records comprise the sum total of his existence. We must needs handle them with care. As you gaze into the crystal, ancient knowledge of Zodiark flows through your mind. Daily summary. No abnormalities detected. These appear to be records of a long, lonely vigil on the moon, dating back to the beginning of Zodiark's imprisonment. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past calamities flows through your mind. The records describe how, with each rejoining, Zodiark's thirst or thiedom grew, as did the strain on the brands. Maintaining Zodiac's imprisonment appears to tax Heidelin greatly. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past rejoinings flows through your mind. The records describe the Watcher's effort to prepare in the event Zodiac broke free from his prison. The records go on to describe maintenance carried out regularly with the Loporrits, though it's not clear who or what they are. Let's go find them and see them, because the only way I can feel joy right now is if I see a Loporrit. As you gaze into the crystal, a record of an unexpected visitor flows through your mind. The records note the Watcher's musings when Elidibus is spotted on the moon, though clearly not for the first time. It is clear he and his brethren have a keen interest in freeing Zodiac from his prison, and yet they have made no attempt to destroy the brands. Perhaps they prefer he remain hidden from our mortal eyes until the final rejoining. Perhaps they realize he would never dare bring harm to Zodiac so long as he remains imprisoned. We would never dare bring harm to Zodiac so long as he remains imprisoned. Did you learn anything of import? So it is as we suspected. Maintaining the brands required a great deal of her energy and focus, and this cost has grown higher with every rejoining. That would explain why contact with her has been rather infrequent since the 7th Umbral Calamity. I, too, made a rather startling discovery. This heavenly body we know to be the moon was in fact created by Heidelin. When the Watcher said he was created together with this place, I thought he only meant the facility. Surely, Heidelin's powers are far beyond anything I could have imagined. Okay. I thank you for affording me this short reprieve.
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary. There is much we could learn of Zodiac and his imprisonment, but perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance. Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before and comes now again.
Long ago, before the Great Sundering, there was but a single world. Aetherius. Okay. Aetherius. One day, from within an earth, a terrible cry issued forth, affecting a profound change in all manner of life. We were not exempt. Our creation magics ran rampant, giving shape and form to thoughts of hopelessness and despair. Emotions, you say? At first, the phenomenon was limited to a single region, but quickly, so very quickly, it spread and engulfed the whole star.
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source?
They were not. However, the convocation struck upon a method to predict where the next corruption would manifest. Energies that flow through all of creation in the form of various currents. The currents which course through the land and seas. Those which flow through the very air. And those of a celestial nature, which encompass both our star and this moon.
Celestial currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
Nor would I expect you to be. Few scholars of our time knew of their existence. Their invaluable knowledge helped us to better understand the nature of the calamity. Like the terrestrial ones of Earth and air, the celestial currents form a vast network, but the ethereal distribution is not consistent. The convocation soon realized that the inciting incidents occurred in regions where the flow was weakest. Correlation without clear cause, ultimately. Nevertheless, on closer study, a stagnancy of ether was observed in nearby currents.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness, of activity and growth. Thus was Zodiac conceived.
Oh.
No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Oh. Precisely. With the advent of Zodiac, our end was averted.
Emmett Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiac's power as a threat. Is that true?
Indeed, there was a faction opposed to Zodiac's creation, but their aim was never to unmake him. They understood the continued preservation of the natural order was dependent on his very existence. Until we could identify and address the underlying cause of the final days, he would need to remain, for his departure would set in motion those apocalyptic forces once more. Uh-oh. Hydaelyn recognized this as well, and so rather than destroy, she sundered Zodiac, herself and the star, into lesser reflections that she might confine him in his place. Wait, Hydaelyn is sundered. Perhaps she did, but as with all beings, intent is not always in accord with spoken word. Okay. Hydaelyn and Zodiac are both constructs of man, approximations of perfection limited by our own imperfections. Zodiac was, without question, the more powerful of the two, having been born from the sacrifice of half of Aetherius' population. Thus was it necessary for Hydaelyn to commit herself wholly to his defeat. Still, more effort was needed to confine him. Maintaining the brands taxed her greatly. With what power she dared spare, she cried out to any who might listen and offered her blessing to those who heeded her call. Though it was likely within her power to do so, I believe she did not wish to speak of Aetherius and her history. Like Zodiac, Hydaelyn's purpose is a reflection of her creators. They wish to look to the future and not linger in a prison of the past.
The Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them. How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her? How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
Well, in light of recent events, I see no reason to doubt your words. And even if Hydaelyn is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believed that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that. Which brings me to a rather important question. Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days. Should the source fall, what will become of the other worlds?
The nomenclature is more fitting than you know. Bring room to the source, and its reflections will share in its fate. No, but his daughter is on the first. is ready. This way, if you would be so kind. A beautiful sight, is it not?
Yes, but what is it?
Heidelin knew better than any that her power was not absolute. Indeed, she had ever struggled to hold Zodiac and his faithful at bay. She feared the worst and so made preparations. In the event of his demise, there would be a contingency. The moon is more than a prison. It is a vessel capable of bearing the people of Etheris to safe harbor. Oh. Shelter. You need not go far to find its pilots. In fact, I should be happy to take you to them. Please tell me it's the Loporrits, and fulfill my final duty as Watcher in the Dark. I should very much like to hear more of this extraordinary story. The moon is a ship? Well, now I've heard everything. Okay. It may be true, but others will struggle to believe it. I can scarcely believe it myself. The time has come for you to be on your way. The crater at the heart of Mare Lamentorium, where Zodiac was imprisoned, is not so easily traversed, however. Let us call upon Argos, the familiar whom you met earlier. He should have no trouble bearing you across. As Heidelin created me as a jailer, so did she create Argos as the guard. It is his nature to appear when needed, and yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange. Mayhap the imbalancing of ether has affected him. Let us make for the crushing brand and attempt to call upon him there. You need but recall the path you walked with Argos before, and you will find your way. If he labors in service of Heidelin's plan, I see no reason not to do as he suggests. Shall we make for the crushing brand, then? And I whoop! So close and yet so far. Does not the harsh terrain remind you of somewhere we've been before? The Dravanian Forelands, aye. A place that rejects the intrusion of outsiders, where solitude reigns supreme. At the very least, it sounds suitable for Zodiac's prison. With a little preparation, it might be possible to traverse the gap on foot. Then again, it would be a long, long way down if one should slip. Perhaps another time. Naught could prepare me for the boundless beauty of Aetherius, shining, shimmering amidst a sea of stars. A blue sapphire, and but one of countless other jewels, brimming with life, no doubt. The place we seek is just ahead at the Chlorophos Grot. You see, Argos cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient ether. You would be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me. The guard of Zodiac's prisoner, blood-red eyes, slavering maw, and built like a behemoth, I'd imagine. Let's hope he's friendly. Curious, this place doth call to mind Plaeni, home of the Numo. This entire cave is thrumming with ambient ether. Alas, any further analysis will have to wait. Yes, here will do nicely. The lunar spongoi draw ether from the ground, which is then dispersed in the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argos to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help the spongoi along? Buppy. Argos manifests in a flash. He seems glad to see you again. A most fascinating creation of Heidelin's, would you not agree? Should the need arise, he is even able to create reflections of himself on a whim. Though I assure you, it was no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. No, Argos was quite eager to be at your side then, as he is now, it seems. I cannot recall when last he showed such an affinity to anyone. Indeed, I thought him more likely to shy away from you and your companions. Perhaps it was more than a sense of duty that compelled him to aid you before. As for your companions, everyone gets a Buppy. Unexpected, but greatly appreciated. I believe we are all ready. Then let us return outside that you may cross the chasm. Dalamud has long since been described as the loyal hound of Menfina due to its relation to the Greater Moon. It seems highly improbable, if not impossible, for ancient peoples to have known of Argos, but now I wonder whether there was some connection. To whom would Heidelin entrust the command of so grand a vessel, I wonder? Little bunny people, that's who. I was expecting something more intimidating and less man's best friend. Okay, Thancred. Your destination is the structure across the Cradle of Darkness, but climb on Argos' back and he will take you there to rest. Once you arrive, it should not take long for you to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to rouse them from their slumber in the event of Zodiark's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together you may guide the star and its people to a kinder fate. This is where we part ways, but know that I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. Our allies' assurance notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side, so perhaps it would be best if we did not all go at once. I propose that two of us cross first while Thancred and Urianger wait here. Yeah, the couples stick together. Yeah, let's go. The couples stick together. Ooh. Just a little further. Just show me a Loporrits so I can feel something again. This structure is enormous, though that is hardly surprising given the size of the average Amarotine. Apologies for the wait. Right then, let's head inside and... oh? Most intriguing. A means by which to conserve its energy, mayhap? Well, I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on our account, helpful as he's been. Thank you, Argos. We'll take things from here. If Argos is to remain without, let us not keep him waiting over long. Show me a Loporrit right now before I lose my mind. Whoa. truly a marvel beyond description. Its scale is reminiscent of Amarat, or rather the replica we visited on the first. This is the cutscene. This is it, I believe.
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
Welcome to heaven. Oh, welcome to heaven, lads.
Look lively, everyone! I know, this 1243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance, for Zodiac, alas, is no more. As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose, to bear the people of Etheris to safety! Our time has come, my friends! We must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive. I expect your workstations to be immaculate. And don't forget to relay our signal to Etheris. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps.
It's working, Urianger. My heart is eased right now.
Perhaps.
I'm level 85. Baron Castle? Wait, not Baron Castle, but this is Final Fantasy IV town theme. Aww. Given the present crisis, Heidelin doubtless sought to facilitate cooperation betwixt pilot and passenger. Indeed, it would require a heart as hard as diamond to raise one's voice in anger to beings possessed of such profound sacredity. I know someone who would yell at a Loporrit. He's very tall and mean and lies about his last name and is really bad at shopping, and his name is Estinian. I find Urianger's reasoning somewhat flimsy, but the crew seems admissible enough. They must be the Loporrits mentioned in the Watcher's record. Not at all what I expected, but the Watcher did bid us heed their counsel. I assume the one who gave that rousing speech was their leader, though we might have to ask about an order to track them down. Come on then, let's be about it. Oh no. The music is calming me down though. I love Final Fantasy IV. gonna G-pose. I love you. I love you so much. Oh my god. Everything's okay. I'm okay now. Such a fascinating apparatus, though it's hard to believe it could house so many crew members. Even so, there is nothing else here to suggest other types of accommodation.
Saw the fun traders on the terrace were getting up to, and I thought to myself, hey, I can do that. So here I am, eagerly awaiting your patronage and bright-colored gemstones.
Thank you. Man, we still have 2 maps we haven't been to. I don't know what is even gonna happen anymore. I think we've basically covered everything in the promotional material at this point. Camping way?
I'm thinking of spending a night outside Best Sweet Barrel, but I'm not sure what I'll need to take with me, aside from a tent, I suppose.
Camping way. Trading way. Oh, my heart is growing bigger. They follow the Final Fantasy IV naming scheme. I'm gonna cry. Whomst is my quest giver? It's you.
The leader of the crew? Not me, I'm afraid. Singing Way's the name. I'm in charge of the construction and maintenance of the atmospheric circulation system. Only the crispest, cleanest air for all the people of Aetherius, and that's a promise.
Ooh, Ether Current. Fighting way, dancing way. I'm in heaven way. You have a big carrot. You have the biggest carrot I've ever seen. I love you more than anything.
I decided to form a fellowship of protectors to escort people as they arrive. So relax. You and yours are in safe paws. Very, very safe paws.
Endwalker did not have to go as hard with Final Fantasy IV as it has been, but god, if I'm not happy it's going so hard with Final Fantasy IV. I love Final Fantasy IV so much. Weaving way.
Yum, yum, yum. Wum, wum, wum. Later? No. Sleeping way. My job is perhaps I better ask.
Snappy Loporrit. This one is mean. Oh, but this one's the leader, right?
What? How in the... When did you get here? Who let you in? Why wasn't I told? What is that supposed to be? You're humming, if one can even call it that. Is it yours usually off key? It should sound more like this.
I love this game. I fucking love this game.
As leader of the Loporrits, I cannot allow substandard attempts at musicality to go unmarked, even if you are a guest. But being the magnanimous sort that I am, I'll forgive you this once.
Well, well, looks like you beat us here.
Your friends, I take it? Is this all of them? A group comprised entirely of children. What must their parents be thinking? This isn't a nursery after all, though perhaps we should build one. Or did we build one already? No matter, you needn't worry your pretty little heads. All will be well, I promise. Well, goodness me, we shouldn't be standing about gawping. I must take you to meet the others.
If you run back along toward the entrance, you'll find the path that leads to the final platform on the upper floor. There's no wrong way to reach it. Well, it's a large glowing ball at the center, if you should find yourself lost. I shall gather the others and meet you there.
I'm not kidding. My brain has been in a dark pit of despair for like 5 hours. And the second I saw a Loporrit, everything was okay. I'm okay now. I'm okay. Well then, back to the upper floor it is. Everything is going to be okay.
I don't remember how to get to the upper floor. Uh-oh.
Mapping way?
Visitors at last! Welcome!
Given their size, getting from one end of this place must given their size, getting from one end of this place to the other must be exhausting. I honestly don't know how they do it. 'Tis astounding how the Loporrits, despite their diminutive stature, are able to maintain such gargantuan facilities. The etheric composition and density of this sphere is quite similar to the crystalline concepts we've seen before. It likely shares their capacity for storing memories and knowledge.
Right, of course. Introductions are in order. Ahem. My name is Livingway, and we are the Loporrits, created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Etheris to a brave new world. More specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw. Livingway's the name. Map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Where's naming way?
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
Confusion and bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it. The people of Etheris, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events that, unfortunately, culminated in Zodiac's obliteration. Acutely aware of the imminent crisis, your parents sent you little ones on ahead while they began the necessary preparations. Still not following? No? Very well, I shall elaborate further. Here, we have Etheris, your home, and the moon, where we are now. Without Zodiac around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade. A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Etheris, bringing an end to all life. Very sad, that.
So too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom. Oh yes, quite expected. Imagine, if you will, that Etheris is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun. The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core. So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Etheris, in case the metaphor is lost on you, to its grisly fate.
And this moon will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold. And then, once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star. easier said than done, admittedly. For one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim. Which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems. We ought to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
Impressive technology. I dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
No need to shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Hydaelyn. Back in the old days, when she was still just Venar, she was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings. And the Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers. We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
There's certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
They're gonna say Dragonstar, and we're gonna be the bearer of bad news because Dragonstar is gone.
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation. Moreover, the ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement. No need to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak. While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the challenge.
Help? From who?
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we woke to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you sent us. What better way to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges?
Charlian.
Ah, but you're still adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries.
Charlian knew about the Loporrits the entire time and they didn't tell me. Charlian, ooh, Charlian.
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise, but I can assure you that we are all grown men and women. And I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
What? Then who in blazes let you on my moon? Hydaelyn herself led you here. You don't say! Well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted? Like little baby carrot people.
Well, Amarotines were a great deal taller. In the present day, persons of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher? Oh, confound it all! Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
That tome in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Etheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages. I thought it was abridged and made small for our benefit, but this isn't a regular-sized book, is it? Building Way, can you hear me? Yes, we're all very busy. Change of plans. I need you to rebuild the domiciles at 1/3 the scale. All of them. Yes,
perhaps you could tell us a bit more about your terrestrial collaborators.
Yes, in due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
Man. This is a video game, ladies and gentlemen. A video game that I love very much. I should have realized something was amiss when Livingway referred to us as children. What other delightful misconceptions do they hold, I wonder? 'Tis unfortunate that the domiciles were constructed in error, but their willingness to perform such sweeping renovations is a testament to their commitment. I cannot fathom the resources required for a facility so vast. Why do I get the feeling we're going to have our hands full dealing with the Loporrits? I'm excited to have my hands full dealing with the Loporrits.
Alright then, now that you're here, we need you to teach us all you can about your people, and quickly. It won't be long before your final days are upon us all, and your terrible grandeur. So it's imperative that we be prepared to receive our passengers-to-be. If there is anything at all that may displease them, it must be addressed post-haste. And address it we shall. Here at Beastway Burrows, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. We have produced a myriad of amenities we understand to be essential for day-to-day living, and I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you've all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with foodstuffs? Meet me at the Caratorium, and we'll see about filling your bellies.
The Caratorium? She does not want for enthusiasm. The notion of Aetherius rotting to its core being a matter of course is rather concerning, though. Nevertheless, let's take this opportunity to learn more of the Loporrits and this vessel.
Oh dear, I certainly hope Billingway can complete the renovations before more guests arrive. Or perhaps he should leave them as they are. That way you'd have more space to lounge about.
So clearly, the Sharlayans are the ones sending stuff to the Loporrits, which is sus. But that means the Sharlayans knew about the final days. They probably know that the final days happen when Zodiark dies. Oh, wow. The Caratorium. None of these are named Namingway because Namingway is gonna be a real character. There's monsters in here. This one has bunny ears. There's monsters in here, and this one has bunny ears. I love this game. Oh my god. Hast thou spied the peculiar sentinels patrolling the vicinity? Approach them with caution, or better yet, not at all, for they make no distinction between friend and foe. Given their earlier confusion regarding our size, I cannot help but wonder if they even know the first thing about us. Am I the only one who suspects we're not going to find anything edible whatsoever?
Welcome to the Caratorium. Here we create prototypes of the various sundries required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of Foodstuffs Production. Technically, pleasure to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. I learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the reference material we received. Why, I practically learned the words,
Oh no, the food sucks because it's from Sharlayan. Oh, Sharlayan.
I have practically worn the words from those invaluable pages. Naturally, we've also considered ease of growth and protection. We will not want for ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up and we were quite famished. Hop along the platforms here and you'll find the storage unit full to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you like.
This food's gonna suck because they got their recipes from Charlian, and Charlian hates food. This is the plot device that will make us figure out that Charlian is the one who's been sending all this information to the Loporrits. Really? Final Fantasy IV music? Final Fantasy IV battle theme? Oh. We open the storage unit and find a rainbow-colored assortment of carrots. The ominous crimson carrot. The soft texture and redolent aroma of this crimson Cretan belly, its staggering weight, the excessive length and girth only compound the mystery, leaving you perplexed as the nature of this carrot. Are you certain you wish to eat this carrot? Absolutely. I will eat the carrot. On second thought, you elect to simply take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to ask Cooking Way whether it's safe to eat first. Why is your name Blasting Way?
This doesn't require debate. We have work to do, so quit dragging your feet and get to it.
His name is Blasting Way because he's the mean one.
So, did any of our selections set your mouth to watering? Ah yes, a fine choice. One of my personal favorites, actually. Please dig in. I'm eager to hear what you think.
I will eat the obscenely large carrot. With great trepidation, you take a bite out of the carrot. The carrot is oddly tender, but as you begin to chew, a rich aroma fills your nostrils. A newfound vigor begins welling up within you. The rumbling of your stomach, however, suggests it may simply be indigestion. I have the iron carrot buff. You suddenly find yourself full of vim and vigor. That's cute.
What do you think? Unlike anything you ever tasted, yes? The iron carrot can be a bit difficult to digest, but the boost to endurance it promises makes it the perfect meal before a day of heavy lifting. We have plenty of other varieties too, bleeding credits to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. So you see, we have a carrot for every occasion.
I can certainly see demand for this in Charlian.
Charlian, what in blazes is that?
I take it you too had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and not else? If I may ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Aetherius? Surely you are aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you could emulate.
Of course we are, but well, it was only quite recently that we established contact. Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first, so imagine our surprise when they sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for that encyclopedia I found, we would have been at a loss of where to begin. And so we decided, rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, it would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food.
That's all well and good, but man cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them?
You mean steaming, boiling, roasting, and the like? I suppose we could prepare carrots in other ways. But our primary concern was efficiency, and what's more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production?
A rather strange approach to take for one named Cooking Way, isn't it?
Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. When first created, we were all named in the old tongue, you know, that otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watcher speaks. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language. Adverbs, gerunds, present continuous verb conjugations, just the basics. Then we found terms related to our given tasks and used them to help form new names. Aren't they helpful?
No, not really, but it does explain a great deal. Wherefore didst thy kind deem such a change necessary?
When the rest of your people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. You'd never be able to pronounce our original names anyway.
I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Though, if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Aetherius as well, you would be able to offer the passengers a more balanced diet. Until such a day, one I pray comes sooner than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu.
I think we've had our fill of carrots for now. Let's move on to other necessities, shall we? Our clothing reduction is sure to impress. This way.
Is it all going to be Charlotte and stuff? I forgot to talk to my friends. Damn. I'll never get that time back. That time we shared. Why do the robots attack me if I'm supposed to live here? I appreciate the FF4 music so much. So much. So much. It's hardly sun-soaked tapestries, but perhaps we'll be pleasantly surprised. Garments born of the heavens, crafted with methods ancient and forgotten, dress befitting we who walk in shade, stewards of the esoteric. Do you suppose the clothes they prepared will be as grossly oversized as the carrots?
Here we are, the Imperial Production Station. We've chosen to employ more traditional methods for this task, creation magics. Heidelin, in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the self-same affinity for magic her people possessed. We have other amazing talents, of course, and I know you're dying to hear about them, but I will regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see the work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized ether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with the extra vis we needed.
My, how resourceful.
Ah, the sweet sound of recognition. You will also be impressed to hear we've read all about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession. For the sake of efficiency, I presume, this has also been taken into account by our designs. But why take my word for it when you can simply try it on your clothes? Make yourselves known to the workers, and you will see to the rest.
Will it even work? Like, the clothes are gonna be huge, right?
Ah, it's you, one of the visitors from Aetherius. Goodness me, Mappingway wasn't kidding. You really are smaller than a watcher. Oh, right, you're here to try on a set of clothes, yes? What would you have me fashion for you today?
Oh, bloodlust, simple, fashionable. I want bloodlust.
Embodies your what? This will only take a moment. There we are, all finished. A perfect fit if I do say so myself. I would be lying if I said I understand what bloodlust is, but I assume it's something you enjoy, so I made certain the clothes are flexible yet sturdy enough to endure whatever it is you plan to do while wearing them. Would you look at that? Speechless, and there I thought you may not like it. If you have a mind to try something else, why not speak to my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'd be happy to oblige.
You must continue wearing these garments in order to progress. You'll change back to your normal garments if you move too far away. Look at the map for the garment changes area. Okay, yeah. The garment area of effect. You made me put on shitty clothes. Like, what is this? There's like 10 things going on here. Oh, I have a little mask too? I love it. Thank you, little Loporrit.
No one said you'd be coming. How can I help you? You should try on clothes, really? Well, of course, it would be my honor. Do you have anything in mind?
Looking for something with a little more flair.
I think I can handle that. Let's see.
Ugh. Guess I want something with a little more flair.
I think I can handle this. Let's see. This should do. Some of my best work yet. Times and tastes have truly changed. It used to be so rare for anyone to request clothing with a focus on form over affection. Thankfully, I had a spare concept of robes made using a different fabric I think looks rather fetching. I was worried how the concept would turn out when put to the proof, but it looks stunning on you. Once you go and show Living Way, I'm sure she's eager to see what we've come up with.
Okay. I'm surprised that none of these are giving clues that they're getting all this information from Charlene. When are we gonna get to the point? Like, I thought they put me in like a forum outfit or something.
My, don't we look splendid? The result of much trial and error, but I know quality work when I see it. Shh, you don't need to speak. I can see your adoration for the moon, and we Loporrits in your eyes. No doubt your friends feel the same, having sampled our creations.
Sorry to have kept you waiting. They insisted we sample all of their concepts ere we returned. Urianger looks the best. Verily, 'tis an ensemble most becoming. I think it's past time we returned these clothes.
I was so confident our garments would meet with your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong? The Watcher taught us that, in his time, everyone wore the same robes. To do it otherwise was against social etiquette. We thought we could appeal to modern taste by tailoring the robes to specific professions, but...
Please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Aetherius, they will most certainly have need of your attire. 'Tis clear you spared no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suits my tastes, even if it is of inferior make. But the others, whose choices may be influenced by traditions or personal experience, rather than make assumptions for the whole, you must consider the individual and their potential preferences.
I fear we underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we'd memorized every tome we received, I doubt we'd have fared much better.
Maybe we're doing you a disservice trying to shower you with our baubles and frippery, thinking it was for your benefit when you'd be better off on your own. There are some who might agree, people who prefer to keep others at arm's length even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. This plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of the source as well?
Not that I'm aware of. We were born of Heidelin's love of Aetherius and the salvation of the people on that star, and that star alone has ever been our aim. Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than to divide our efforts across 14 and risk failing them all.
I suppose you're right. Living Way, might we have leave to explore Beastway's burrow unattended? You have given us much to think about.
Why, certainly.
Until then. Until later, then. If I may, I should like to accompany thee a while longer.
Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There was actually something I wish to speak with you about. Let's be off then, shall we? My apologies. I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about the visitors come from Aetherius, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Aetherius refuse to come? Or what if we can't save them? Oh, it's clear we've made a mess of things. Oh, well wait, you still haven't visited the domiciles. If you see them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is, I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, and the name's Growing Way, by the way.